I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of my bad feelings have disappeared. There is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look all around, there's nothing but blue, blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. Oh, oh, oh. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. All of my have disappeared. Yeah, there is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 a bright sunshiny day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be bright.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the 10th Annual StartOut Awards. Now, I hope you enjoyed that last song. I Can See Clearly Now is one of my favorite songs. I always find this song to be positive and uplifting, and it feels like the right way to open tonight's program that features 4 uplifting leaders in the LGBTQ+ community. My name is Telly Leung. I am a Broadway and television actor. Some of you might have seen me on Broadway in shows like Rent, or Godspell, or Allegiance, or maybe you saw my most recent Broadway show where I got to play Aladdin in Disney's Aladdin on Broadway. And some of you TV fans might recognize me as Wes the Warbler on the TV show Glee. Now, I am very excited that Broadway is making a big triumphant return this fall, and I cannot wait to get back on a stage. But tonight, I am thrilled to be here as your host for this evening's festivities. And tonight is going to be festive. We are celebrating 10 years of the StartOut Awards. 10 years, a whole decade. That's 10 years of awarding LGBTQ+ entrepreneurs and their allies who have made a difference in our community. And I am particularly excited to hear from tonight's incredible awardees: Kyle Robertson, Andrea, Breanna, Mitchell Gold, and my friend, Angelica Ross. Now, for those of you who have been to a StartOut Award ceremony before, and you are familiar with our work, thank you very much for coming back. And for those of you who are brand new to us, well, welcome. StartOut's mission is to increase the number, diversity, and impact of LGBTQ+ founders and amplify their stories to drive the economic empowerment of the community. Now, at the highest level, StartOut is a connector and relationship builder for new and ongoing LGBTQ+ entrepreneurs. Now, over the past 12 years, StartOut has built a community of 18 1,000 members. And yes, though I wish that we could be together in person and meeting each other and making connections and building relationships together and yes, having a drink and a beautiful, delicious 3-course meal together, we are all so appreciative that you are here with us this year virtually. Now, speaking of having a drink, I think I am missing something. Oh, how did that get there? Magic. Now, I got myself a drink, and I recommend that you do the same. Have any type of beverage you like, any beverage of your choice, while we share this special message from one of our sponsors, Echo Terreno. Cheers. Thank you so much to Echo Terreno for being a sponsor of tonight's event. Now, by staying virtual for all of StartOut's events this year, we are connecting across zip codes and time zones. And speaking of connecting, connect with us tonight on social media by using hashtag SOA2021 and hashtag StartOut Awards and tag us at StartOut Community. Now, I'm sure by now you've found the chat and you've already started to connect and reconnect with one another. Please continue to do so all throughout tonight's show. You can @ each other, send emojis to react to the program, find help if you're having tech issues, and, of course, support the important work that's happening at StartOut. And please stick around after the program where you'll have a chance to mix and mingle with one another. Now wait, before we get started, I want to give a special thanks to StartOut's longtime supporters and sponsors of tonight's event. A big, big thank you to DLA Piper, Ogilvy, Oric, Silicon Valley Bank, and Echo Terreno. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, let's get this show on the road and learn firsthand how StartOut is having an effect on our community with this short conversation between Dr. Tran Tu Nguyen in conversation with Emma Holland, StartOut's community and volunteer manager. Take it away.
Could you tell me about the successes that you've had as a founder, that your company has had, or some upcoming success that you're excited about?
You know, what we've learned is that it takes a village, and very grateful that StartOut is part of that village. Have a lot of great people from various experiences and expertise, from clinicians and engineers to people who've worked in med tech, deep tech, and regulatory, coming together with that shared mission and really deep understanding, because a lot of us have been in the trenches of healthcare and have a deep understanding that in order to actually improve patient care, you have to improve the workflow and the work life of people who care for patients. And the opportunity to leverage innovation.
That's awesome to hear. I am curious if you have an anecdote that you could share that surprised you or delighted you during this experience as a health tech founder.
Something that's been really delightful is all the support that we've gotten from the StartOut community, but also overall in the entrepreneurship community. When we went out and shared with people our mission, we've gotten a lot of people who've been able to help us on our journey in various ways.
I would love to know more about specifically what StartOut programs or support services have you found to be useful? What has been able to help support you during this journey at StartOut?
The entrepreneurship journey is very diverse and also very different people with different experiences. I think one of the things that really helped us was the mentorship and the ability to connect with people and build our network, and allowing for them to share their battle scars with us and to learn from that.
Thank you so much for sharing more about your company, about the evolution, about what you've learned and what you're hoping to do next.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nguyen, for sharing your story with Emma and with all of us. Now, full disclosure, I'm an actor, and being in show business is hard. Being in show business during a global pandemic when theaters are closed around the world is really hard. And something that I've definitely learned firsthand during this crazy time is that nobody makes it in this world by themselves, which is why I am so moved by all the incredible mentorship and community building that happens at StartOut. Now, if you're feeling moved by what you see and hear tonight, we've made it really easy to contribute to StartOut. Just pull out your phone. You can start a new text message and text StartOut to 44321. You will receive a link to donate where you can contribute at any level that feels most comfortable for you. You can check out using Apple or Google Pay, and we'll be acknowledging all donations later in tonight's program. Now, next up, we have StartOut's remarkable executive director, Andres Weidler. Please welcome Andres.
Your company.
Thank you, Telly, for your kind intro. We have so much to celebrate tonight, and celebrate we will. First of all, congratulations to our awardees. You represent the best and brightest among us, and we're honored to have you tonight. You are amazing role models. We also want to celebrate our thousands of entrepreneurs whose impact throughout COVID broke new records across the board. Either by choice or by necessity, our entrepreneurs created more jobs and raised more capital than in any previous year, in spite of COVID. That said, inequality across our nation is still rampant, and our mission is more critical than ever. We empower our community one entrepreneur at a time, but by the thousands. We want to acknowledge the hundreds of mentor pairings, thousands of investor introductions, and dozens of events throughout the year that were all designed to have maximum impact. The wonderful StartOut team was proud to execute on our programs that have now proven to work wonderfully. Just to meet demand, we had to staff up from 5 to 13 full-time employees this year alone. That's exciting, but just the beginning. With your help, our rapid growth will continue. A special shout out goes to our donors and sponsors who make our work possible. We're fortunate to have you with us and need your continued support to serve our members. So please be as generous as you possibly can tonight. Your support means the world to us. With that, thank you for joining and have a great time tonight. Cheers, and back to you, Telly, to get our awards started.
Andres, thank you so much for that update on StartOut and all of the amazing work that you and the incredible staff, programming board, and board of directors at StartOut have accomplished over this last year. I know it hasn't been easy to stay connected over the last 18 months, but you all have done an outstanding job of not only continuing your work, but growing the LGBTQ+ community of entrepreneurs. So thank you. Now, let's get to business. Let's give out some awards. To kick things off, presenting the DLA Piper Next Generation Award to Kyle Robertson is our very dear friend, Thomas Gaynor, a founder and host of the StartOut Growth Lab. Immediately following will be the presentation of the Oric Innovator Award to Andrea Breanna by Mike Sullivan, partner at Oric. Please welcome Tom Gaynor.
Good evening, and thank you all for celebrating with us a special milestone this year. It's amazing to think that this is the 10th annual awards gala, and it's also amazing to realize it's been only a mere 4.5 years since Andres and I founded the Growth Lab together. We crafted a mission to specifically support, strengthen, mentor, and inspire LGBTQ entrepreneurs so that they had access to world-class support to better achieve their innovation dreams. Along with the tremendous support and generous hosting of the Growth Lab by my firm, DLA Piper, we have weathered the myriad challenges of the last 18 months together very well. And StartOut continues to be a beacon for LGBTQ entrepreneurs through its many diverse programs. And for DLA, one of the world's top global law firms with recognized practices in M&A, emerging companies, equity raising, and intellectual property, among so many others. It is an honor to be among the strongest supporters of this organization. Now, since March 2020, in an extraordinary test of resiliency, the Growth Lab paused its physical presence in an office and now hosts entrepreneurs virtually from their hometowns and their home countries. And we deliver our programming globally with the help of the amazing Chris Davidson and his team, which rises to every challenge. And in that vein, it's my particular pleasure to introduce to you tonight's awardee of the Next Generation Award. Kyle Robertson, the co-founder of Cerebral, a mental health company that offers online care, represents the very best of the ideals of StartOut, the Growth Lab, and LGBTQ entrepreneurism generally. And everyone who has worked with Kyle or has had the pleasure of meeting him has said the same thing. He's a dynamic and compassionate force who fights for everyone's access to high-quality mental health care. And he embodies the values and the passions we are here tonight to celebrate. Now, Kyle, as the son of a psychiatrist and psychotherapist, fought his own battles with anxiety and depression, which gave rise to his passion to found Cerebral. Now, he's a graduate of Growth Lab cohort number 5, the first one sponsored by DLA. And after only 2 years, he raised $100 million and has hired thousands of people. He is officially the Growth Lab's first unicorn. Now, for all that Kyle has done and all that is on his path in the future, it is a pleasure to join you in honoring this year's recipient of the Next Generation Award. Congratulations, Kyle.
Well, thank you, Tom, and thank you, everyone here at StartOut. At Cerebral, our first office at Cerebral was actually just a few of us, four people huddling over DLA Piper desks, which at the time was where StartOut's office space was. And we were all paying ourselves minimum wage, right? And so it was really just the beginning of what we were doing. And we really have StartOut and the support of StartOut to thank for where we are at Cerebral in terms of transforming access to high quality mental health care at scale, which is fundamentally what our organization is all about. We now have, for context, we now have nearly 3,000 team members across all 50 states and, have provided care to over 200,000 Americans, right? And we plan to scale globally as well. So, we really have StartOut to thank. And so I feel particularly honored and excited to be here and to be able to accept this award. Definitely want to thank StartOut and the team there for their support from the very beginning. We still believe that it is just the beginning of what we're doing at Cerebral, because we're not going to stop building and growing and iterating until everyone can access high quality mental health care without the high cost, wait times, and stigma. And those are folks who, those are all folks from all walks of life, including LGBTQ folks who unfortunately struggle with less access to high quality mental health care than others. I also just want to thank StartOut for what I think is an incredible mission and dedication to empowering LGBTQ plus entrepreneurs, because I really do fundamentally believe that equal representation of LGBTQ folks as well as other groups is incredibly important within entrepreneurship and outside of entrepreneurship. So I want to thank StartOut for this award and thank StartOut for the amazing work that you all do on a day in, day out basis.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Sullivan, head of the San Francisco corporate group at Orrick, Harrington, and Sutcliffe, and chair of the StartOut Board of Advisors. Orrick is proud to be a platinum level sponsor of StartOut, now for our 6th consecutive year. And this year, I have the honor to present the StartOut Innovator Award to Andrea Breanna. Andrea is a non-binary, transgender, Mexican CEO and founder of the creative agency Rebel Mouse, where she built media properties for companies such as Axios, The Dodo, and United Airlines. Before that, Andrea was CTO of the Huffington Post, building the technical infrastructure that helped Arianna Huffington, Ken Lehrer, and Eric Hippo change the face of publishing. She serves as an entrepreneur in residence at Lehrer Hippo Ventures and on American Express's digital advisory board, and is a thought leader in digital publishing. She also helped build Avaz.org, a sister site of MoveOn.org, a multilingual site to bring people-powered politics to decision-making worldwide, serving 40 million members in almost 200 countries. During her personal journey to becoming a transgender woman, she founded Fluidity.love to help the world understand gender fluidity and distribute missing narratives in media about who we can be as people. Andrea, for your many achievements, for being your authentic self in achieving them, I'm proud to present you this year's StartOut Innovator Award.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you, everyone at StartOut. This award means so much to me. I'm so proud to be a part of this community and to be recognized by such an incredible group of people who are doing such important work. In my own journey, I spent so much of my life in the closet and so much of my life fearing what it might be like to come out of the closet as transgender and try to be successful and lead a business and be an entrepreneur. And, it has actually turned out to be a beautiful experience, full of success, and the company has grown, and we're 30% LGBT. We're mostly women in a tech industry that's dominated by cis heteronormative, ratios. And so instead, I think we're really proving that you can live your authentic life, be your true self, be creative, be passionate, and find success, which matters to me so much as I have 4 kids living in Park Slope in Brooklyn. You see that the new generation is being raised in a world where new narratives are being told, not just of the depressing and hard realities of our community, but also of the emerging beautiful aspects of the potential success that we have when we are supported, when we are enabled, and when we're allowed to grow. So what StartOut is doing is just so important. It's important that we're not just employees, but we're founders. We're starting stuff. We're changing the world through that. And StartOut recognizing this and changing the narrative to all these incredible entrepreneurs that are in the LGBTQ plus community, it's really empowering. And on days where it's hard for any startup founder, it's nice to know you're not alone in this journey. So you're not alone, all of you in this journey. We're in this together, and I'm just so very proud. Thank you so much again, Mike, and thank you, StartOut, for everything you do and for this award.
Congratulations, congratulations. Now, StartOut's Growth Lab is a great incubator for new talent. We'd like to share another success story, this time with Ajay Bam, in conversation with StartOut's social media and content specialist, John Kregler. Take it away.
Would you be able to talk to me a little bit about your recent successes with Viral?
I could not have been here without StartOut. We were in the first cohort at StartOut. And as a result of StartOut, we have now been able to get to where we are. We're now closing a seed round of $2 million. And very happy that we have a number of angel investors that were introduced by StartOut participating in this round. I wanted to give a big shout out to Andrea and Chris Davidson. If it hadn't been for Chris, we would not have survived the last 18 months. And his encouragement every week really helped me get through this very difficult time. And I'm really proud to say that today we're closing a seed round. We've already closed 1.7 million of the $2 million round, and we're continuing to grow 50 to 100% month to month. We're also now adding talent as well, and I've been introduced to a number of potential talent as well through the StartOut network. So I'm deeply grateful for everything and my success thus far with fundraise, talent, and company growth with StartOut.
On behalf of all of StartOut, we're really excited to see your continued growth in this space.
Ajay, congratulations on all of your success. Now, this is a very friendly reminder that we are all here tonight to celebrate 10 years of awarding LGBTQ plus entrepreneurs and to support the work of StartOut. From the last 10 years, and then the 10 years after that, and the 10 years after that. So we are going to be dropping a link on how to donate in the chat, or you can pull out your phone and text StartOut to 44321. That's StartOut to 44321. Now, let's do a quick check-in on our progress. Our chat moderator is going to be dropping an update in the chat on where we are as we speak. Oh, it looks like we're getting close to our goal. Now, keep those donations coming, and we will be back later to check in again. And thank you so much for your donations. Okay, let's give out this evening's final 2 awards. First up, receiving the Silicon Valley Bank Leadership Award is Mitchell Gold, which will be presented by Craig Robinson, Head of Corporate Social Responsibility at Silicon Valley Bank. And then, Carla Hendra, Chief Executive from Ogilvy, will present the Ogilvy Trailblazer Award to my friend, Angelica Ross. Please welcome Craig Robinson.
Hello, I'm Craig Robinson with Silicon Valley Bank, the bank to the innovation economy and proud partner of StartOut. Looking for some fabulous home furnishings? No, it's the 10th annual StartOut Awards. And I'm so excited to be here and celebrate StartOut's 10 years of honoring LGBTQ entrepreneurs. But I keep thinking about home design, and that's because I have the distinct honor to present the 2021 StartOut Leadership Award to Mitchell Gold. Mitchell is an accomplished, inspirational, and true leader who gives back to our community and works hard to improve the lives of LGBTQ people. I'll briefly touch on just a few of his long list of accomplishments. Mitchell co-founded Mitchell Gold Bob Williams and disrupted the furniture industry before the word disrupt became fashionable by breaking many industry standards. He co-founded more than just a company, but a platform for doing good, from taking care of customers, employees, and their families to giving back to their local communities. And while running a multi-million-dollar company, Mitchell served on the Truth Faith Doesn't Bully Committee of the Tyler Clementi Foundation to end bullying in schools, workplaces, and faith communities. Now, you may really want to do some shopping or check out the latest in home design, right? But not yet. First, please join me in congratulating Mitchell Gold on his achievements and recognition with StartOut's Leadership Award.
Thank you, Craig, and all the folks at Silicon Valley Bank. And of course, special thanks to StartOut. A loving thank you to Bob Williams and our team at Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams, a big part of why I'm here today. I'm especially deeply appreciative to my husband, Tim, who, for the last 15 plus years, supports and encourages me every day. I take getting an award seriously and try to think about how I can use it to help others who are aspiring to make their mark in the world. When we started over 30 years ago, I didn't have a StartOut to offer me mentoring and the other incredibly smart programs they offer. Our community is really lucky to have such a visionary organization to help build you and future LGBTQ plus economic muscle. To me, leaders are people willing to share their ideas and what they believe in. Not everyone has the self-confidence to do this, though. I find my self-confidence by always reminding myself something my father taught me. Think before you talk. If you express an idea that is well thought out, it is more often right, and people will listen. And in order to get better, you have to increase your limits or standards. You have to move the goalpost. You're bound to look bad and fail at some point, but failure is never a destination. When you mess up, figure out why and change. Minimize the failures, maximize the successes, and don't BS yourself, ever. Create a team. You're not going to get to significant success alone. Surround yourself with good, smart, nice people with great integrity. Learn how to listen. Not as easy as it sounds, to your team, your customers, your bankers, everyone. You don't have to figure it all out yourself. Create a team, and that includes finding reliable mentors. I try to make every day like it's my first, but with the knowledge and experience of 70 plus years. I'm hungry every day to do something special. Make every day your best shot. I was recently asked what I'd like my legacy to be. And of course, it's many cliched things that are meaningful, but this is what I'm really proud of. He wanted a daycare center at the factory 20 plus years ago, and against many naysayers, was able to create the first daycare center in the residential furniture industry. He wrote a book titled Youth in Crisis that distributed or sold over 30,000 copies that educated people, including Presidents Obama and Biden, to adversaries Maggie Gallagher and David Blankenhorn, about the immense harm to LGBTQ plus youth from religion-based bigotry. And finally, this one, and you can help me achieve it. Mitchell Gold was part of a team led by Jane Clemente that initiated the giant step to change the course of LGBTQ plus history, to call on all non-affirming religious leaders to immediately start to change their toxic teaching that homosexuality is a sin. This is the root cause of why LGBTQ people don't enjoy full legal and spiritual equality. Join me in signing our letter to these leaders at lgbtqnotasin.com. Ask all your friends and family. Make it a priority for the next few weeks. lgbtqnotasin.com. Let's all our legacies be that we moved the mountain to save precious lives. It's an interesting life to be a leader. Cherish it. Thank you and good luck.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining the now 10th Annual StartOut Awards. I'm Carla Hendra, the Global CEO of Ogilvy Growth and Innovation. We've been a committed supporter of StartOut for many years and to the communities it helps to flourish everywhere. At Ogilvy, we have our own deep commitment to the LGBTQ+ diversity and inclusion fight. The magic of working with StartOut was our joint belief in helping open access to LGBTQ+ business leaders, young ones in particular, and allowing their entrepreneurial and innovative spirit to become reality. This past year, we also helped StartOut launch the Economic Impact Index, because as we all know, money talks. And when impact is measured and communicated, then people listen. Tonight's recipient of the Trailblazer Award has been working for many years to clear new paths and to move the world into less chartered waters. For those she represents as an actor, writer, producer, tech CEO, and human rights advocate. I'd be thrilled to be any one of those five, but she's all five. And she also taught herself to code. From the boardroom to film and TV sets to Capitol Hill, Angelica Ross is a leader in the movement for transgender and racial equality. Angelica's acting breakthrough came on Ryan Murphy's award-winning FX hit Pose, which follows New York City's Black and Latino LGBTQ+ and gender nonconforming ballroom culture scene in the 80s and the 90s. With the role and really with the story, Angelica literally made history. The show features the largest transgender cast ever for a scripted series. Some of Angelica's most important work has come as the founder CEO of TRANSTECH Social Enterprises, a company that helps people lift themselves out of poverty through technical training, digital work, and creating social impact, and helping the marginalized be part of the economy. Angelica has been a leader, shining a light on all members of the trans community, helping to create better futures and a better world. Angelica is a trailblazer, giving real representation to a community so historically underrepresented, helping introduce transgender communities to audiences who don't know or recognize who they are as people, and combining social responsibility with creativity, and above all, with action. David Ogilvy, our founder, had a famous inspiration for all of us at Ogilvy. He said, "Raise your sights, blaze new trails, compete with the immortals." And this is what Angelica has done. On behalf of StartOut and Ogilvy, I'm so happy to present the 2021 Trailblazer Award to Angelica Ross. All of our great thanks and many congratulations on this well-earned honor.
Woohoo! Thank you so much, StartOut, for this beautiful Trailblazer Award. Thank you so much for just recognizing the work that we're doing at TRANSTECH. We're just one organization, and we're doing all that we can to do the similar work that you're doing at StartOut, which is help support LGBTQ+ entrepreneurs and founders, helping them find the resources, the training, the opportunity, the networks, the mentorship, just all the support that we deserve and that we need. I set out on this mission not knowing, that I would be running my own company with Miss Ross Inc. and with TRANSTECH Social Enterprises, but I know that success starts with service. And so I just want to encourage anyone out there that's looking to start their own business, be able to answer the question, how can I help you? And for many of us, that honestly starts when you're working for other people. You can start the entrepreneur process while working that 9-to-5 job or while working for someone else, when you recognize that you are your own boss, that your body is your business. And once you learn the value of placing your body in certain environments, that especially to Black and brown, queer and trans folks, that your experience, your body, your entity, your skills have value, and that you just need to start out somewhere. We all start out somewhere. And many of you may have heard of what they call the MVP, or a minimum viable product. But that just lets you know that you can start small. You don't have to start out trying to solve and serve the entire world. As long as you're serving your community, your audience, your customer base, little bit by little bit, and grow from there. That is what's most important, is taking your time. Being an entrepreneur is a process. I can't tell you how many times I have failed, how many times I've had bad interactions with customers that I had to figure out how to make it right, how to do better, how to receive feedback. And when it becomes to becoming a boss as an entrepreneur, you got to learn how to give feedback as well. That's one thing that I know that our community really needs and deserves. We're so used to people picking on us and oppressing us because of our identity. And sometimes it's hard to listen to or hear critique or feedback when it's valid. So I value my position as a leader and as a mentor to be able to give honest feedback. And as hard as it might be, it's what's needed to push us all forward. So I want to encourage you to do the very hard work and overcome the challenges that are in your path to becoming an entrepreneur, and just know that you can do it.
A big round of applause and a big congratulations to all of tonight's honorees, and a special shout out to my dear friend Angelica Ross. We have one more story we wanted to share with all of you tonight, and this time it is with StartOut's Senior Program Manager, Angelica Williams, and Demetrius Curry, Chief Executive Officer of College Cash. Take it away, Angelique and Demetrius.
It would be great if you could just share, some of the successes that have happened since you joined StartOut, how you got involved, and what the experience has been like for you.
Where I'm at is a direct result of StartOut, so it is truly my pleasure to be here today and be able to let other people know that this is such a fantastic program. So they should continue to support and continue to encourage people to apply, because I know the difference it made in not just my life, but the other founders who were in my program. It's not just the successes on business, it's also the successes personally that StartOut has affected that led into other business success. From being able to raise, we actually started our seed round. We were doing $1 million, and I'm happy to say that we're halfway there. We have great partnerships that we have started to actually act on. We just recently signed one that will get us in the majority of the credit unions across the country as an alternative student loan repayment solution. In addition to that, we're working on implementing some new and very unique initiatives with those credit unions to reach out and engage with the college and university age market. It's just been a very, very great ride overall. And so I would say just all of the successes I've had have been since being in StartOut.
Can you share like an anecdote, either something that was, you look back and laugh on, or something that was inspiring? Or
the biggest things that I laugh at now that I had such a hard time dealing with, I think a lot of founders do, is embracing the things that make us different as our superpower. Acknowledging that we deserve to be in some of the same rooms. We deserve to ask for what we ask for.
I love you, StartOut loves you, and I'm just supremely thankful for you joining me today, and thank you again.
Some dreams live on in time forever. Those dreams you want with all your heart, and I'll do whatever it takes. Follow through each promise promise I made. I put it all on the line. What I hope for at last will be mine. If I can reach higher, for just one moment touch the sky. For that one moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could reach, some days are meant to be remembered. Those days we rise above the stars, and I'll go the distance this time, seeing more the higher I climb, and the more I believe, the more that this dream will be mine. If I can reach higher, for just one moment touch the sky. For that one moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could reach, oh, if I could reach higher, for that one moment touch the sky, for that one moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. I'm gonna reach higher, higher and higher and higher. Know that I tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could reach.
Wow, where did the time go? Tonight has been so much fun. I have loved having this opportunity to both perform for you and also be your host, so thank you so much for having me. Just know that your participation in tonight's event will help StartOut continue its investment in LGBTQ plus entrepreneurs all around the country. And also just know that we really appreciate your support. And you can continue to contribute to StartOut by texting StartOut to 44321. That's StartOut to 44321. Now, while tonight's event may be over, the fun and the fundraising don't stop. We now invite you to hop on over to our after party. More information about the after party can be found in the chat, and it's gonna pop up on a little pop-up on your screen right now. Now, I had a great time this evening, and I hope you did too. Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful night. Take care.